All right, today, wait, hold on. Sometimes I mess up too. Thank goodness for editing. Hey guys, it's Anthony Scott and
J Luck. What app?
the power of editing. So hey guys, it's Anthony Scott and
This is J Luck. I'm with Wisconsin Hypnosis Center and Apple Valley Hypnosis.
Jay. What do you help people with when it comes to hypnosis?
Well, there's 40 different things, but I'll hit on the top half a dozen. There's weight loss, quitting things like smoking, phobias, afraid of different things, maybe getting on an airplane or afraid of public speaking, pain management. I've helped people who have had 40 years of migraines get rid of their migraines. So pain management, phobias, confidence. There's a lot, quitting smoking, for instance. There's a lot of things that fit that bill, but there's about 40.
That is a lot of things to touch on. Now, what are the top of mind questions when your clients first come in for that initial consult?
Thanks for mentioning that, because we do that initial consultation for free because a lot of people really aren't good candidates for this, right? Maybe 25% of the people we meet. But I can kind of cover a few of those points. Well, first of all, they've got to want to make the change, right? They have to be willing to understand that the change is up to them. So when they come in, first I'm figuring out, do they want to make the change? Now let's take a smoker. I'll use that as an example because we get so many smokers. If they 80% want to quit smoking, great, I can help them quit. It doesn't have to be 100%. So that they have the desire to quit. I help them understand what's going on with their subconscious brain that's in the way of them quitting. It's like when a smoker comes in, they know that they shouldn't smoke, that it's not healthy. They know that people die from smoking. But they have this belief that smoking helps them reduce stress, for instance, or something they do when they take a break at work, or something they do when they have a beer. And so they're thinking they need cigarettes for all these things, when in fact they don't. Like, think about it. If you don't smoke, you don't think about smoking. It doesn't cross your mind when you're stressed. But for smokers, it's the common thing they do when they're stressed. So they have this habit, pattern, and belief about smoking that's just got built over time. So I help them change those things. Smokers, for instance, 60% of the people who come in to quit smoking quit in the first session, even if they've smoked for 50 years.
Oh, that is huge. What did you say, 50 or 60%?
50.
That quit within the first session of seeing you?
Yeah. First session.
That is huge. Do you get a lot of vapors in here too, as we see a lot of traditional switch from tobacco to vape?
And you know what's interesting too? First of all, vapes tend to be an age thing. The younger they are, the more likely they do vapes. The older they are, the more likely smoking tobacco.
Okay.
Vapes are worse. Vapes are actually physically worse for you than smoking. I had a client in here today, and her doctor told her that 2 hits of a vape is like one cigarette. And a typical vapor does at least 30 hits a day. So think about how many cigarettes that equates to. But vapes actually are worse on your lungs than tobacco. I've had medical doctors tell their patients that they do vapes, they'd rather they do tobacco. That's how much worse it is. But it tends to be the younger people that do vapes, they think tobacco's bad. The older folks that do tobacco, they try vapes, they don't like them. But vapes are harder to quit than tobacco. They run about 50% quit in the first session. Now, they all end up quitting, of course, because I work with them until they quit.
Yeah.
But those are the statistics in first session. Vapes about 50%, tobacco 60%. Now, when it comes to things like weight loss, that's a different thing, right? Weight loss or fears of public speaking or, business coaching or things like that. Those are different because those aren't no longer smoke. So with weight loss, for instance, I'm teaching my clients that if most of the time they eat right, and if most of the time they get the exercise they should, and if most of the time their head's in the right place, it's easy to get their weight loss.
Now, what happens if I'm like, I don't want to come to you for weight loss because I feel like I'm good on that. I want to come to you more for I want to get in a healthy habit of something because I can't myself stay in a healthy habit. Do you have any of that?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that easily fits into all of it. So here's a kind of a way to maybe recap it, is that anything someone feels stuck with is a candidate for hypnosis. If there's a desired outcome you have in your life and you're not getting it, odds are at least 90% that you're running some habits, patterns, beliefs, or values that are in your way.
And what would you say would be the best way for somebody to get a hold of you to start working with you? What does that look like?
Well, there's a ton of different ways, but some of the obvious would be they can email to us at hypnosisresults@gmail.com. They can visit either of our 2 websites, wisconsinhypnosiscenter.com or applevalleyhypnosis.com. That's our company in Minnesota. Or they can call 612-868-8177 for the Minnesota office, 920-954-1277 for the Wisconsin locations.
That is so awesome. We learned a lot today, and don't smoke. And if you do, you're going to have to come see this guy. Either way, thank you guys for your time. And thank you, Jay.